Hello everyone, I invite you to every Monday cryptocurrency review. Let's start by checking the current situation on the BTC to USDT pair, taking into account the 4-hour interval. First, we will use the yellow line to mark the downward trend lines from which the price has broken upwards. And currently we can use the blue lines to mark the upward trend channel in which the price is currently moving. Now we can move on to marking support places in case the traffic jam starts to deepen. And here you can see that after a dynamic upward movement, the price returned to the support zone from $28,056 to $27,457. But if we break below this zone, there is a second zone from $26,858 to $25,997. And then we have support at $24,921. At this point, it is worth looking at the EMA cross 200, and here we can see that the price has broken the 200 moving average and we have returned to the strong upward trend. It is important to maintain it now. Looking the other way, we can determine resistance locations in a similar way using the fib retracement tool. First of all, you can see that the first resistance is again the place of $28,364. Then we have a resistance zone from $29,178 to $30,346, which has rejected the price for now, but if it manages to break out of it, the price will move towards the strong resistance at $31,807. Please pay attention to the CHOP index, which indicates that energy is very much consumed. The RSI indicator shows that we are moving just above the upper limit of the range, but the minimal rebound gave room for a very dynamic increase, while the stock indicator exceeded the upper limit, which slowed down further increases. And we have a reaction. As the second chart in today's review, we will check ETH in pair with USDT, also on a 4-hour time frame. First of all, we can use the blue lines to mark the downward trend channel from which the price goes up again. But at this point it is worth defining the main sideways trend channel, where we can see that the price has bounced off the lower border for the second time, which resulted in increases. As we can see, the attempt to break the blue EMA cross 200 line was unsuccessful and we remained in a downward trend. Now, using the trend-based fib extension tool, we will check what the current supports look like if the price had a greater recovery. And here we can see that after a dynamic increase we return to the support zone from $1,585 to $1,551. We still have support just below the lower border of the channel at $1,524. And then it is worth marking the second zone from $1,497 to $1,459. Looking the other way, we can similarly mark places where the price should encounter resistance on the way up. And here again we have an active resistance zone, the price of which failed to hold from $1,604 to $1,631. Then there is a second zone from $1,657 to $1,694. And then strong resistance at the upper border of the sideways trend channel at $1,741. The CHOP index indicates that most of the energy has been used up. The RSI indicator is moving in the upper part of the range and there is still some room for an upward movement, while the stock indicator shows the moment of exceeding the upper limit, which exhausted the energy and resulted in a strong rebound. Going further, we will check the SOL chart taking into account the interval of 1 day. First, the blue lines will mark the upward trend channel in which the price, after approaching the lower border, rebounded and returned to the local upward trend. Let's start by marking support areas for the price, and after unfolding the fib retracement grid, we can see that we first have support at $22.50. Then we have a visible strong support zone from $20.23 to $16.98. But if the price falls lower, we may see the price return to the support level of $12.81. Looking the other way, we can similarly determine the resistance areas that the price must face. And here we can see that currently the price has moved back through the resistance zone from $24.73 to $26.56. Only when we come out on top, we have a second zone from $28.99 to $32.19. The CHOP index indicates that there is still energy for another move. The RSI shows that we are moving in the upper limit, but with room for growth, while the stock indicator shows a strong rebound and another upward movement, also with room for the price to go higher. The last one in the list is the MKR pair to USDT chart on a 1-day time frame. First, we will use blue lines to mark the upward trend channel, which contains data around the additional range. Going forward, the point of support will be marked in the event of a larger correction. And here, the first one is our support zone from $1,404 to $1,539. Then the zone at the border from $1,292 to $1,209, and then there is a strong shock near the support level at $967. On the other hand, the price reached the important resistance zone from $1,476 to $1,565, from which it was rejected. However, if you manage to get out of this zone, it will be in the second zone from $1,773 to $1,864. Please check the CHOP index, which indicates that we have a lot of energy at the exit of the movement. The RSI indicator, which is visible near the outer area, making it difficult to determine the direction. But when displayed on the stock indicator, to display a rebound to the exit of the border and the original exit from the place because the price went higher. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.